It's a Stand On It podcast. It's true.
Come and sit down, you gotta stand on it. If it's for certain that's ever around, you gotta stand on it. Open the curtain, it's going down, you gotta stand on it. Cause I put my stamp on it, so you gotta stand. You gotta stand on it. 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 You gotta stand.
Yo, we back for another week of the Stand On It podcast. Took a week off last week, a much needed vacation. Had a great time. You know it's a great time when a white woman told me somebody got some sun. So yeah, I got a tan and I enjoyed it. I needed it. Got to keep your vitamin D at highest levels possible. So get out there and get some sun. But hey, I'm here today with Carolina A&R, Juice LaRock.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the people.
What's good, y'all, boy? My name Juice LaRock. I'm from upstate South Carolina, and I'm an A&R.
Yo, for sure. Glad to have you here, my brother. Listen, this is also my fellow Taurus brethren.
Yes, sir.
I be seeing this man, and before y'all get into it and be like, hey, you said you don't interview artists or people who got something to do with music. No, I interview people who I feel like stand on what they talking about.
Yes, sir.
So if I hadn't had you on here, evidently I don't feel like you will stand on what you be saying. But I be seeing this brother. He's a man of his word. He don't care who it's in relation to. He don't try and offend nobody, but he go say what's on his mind. Exactly. And I respect that. So with that being said, just to run down how we kick the show off. So we'll throw out a couple of topics, just as some icebreakers. Give you a topic. Give one word that come to mind as soon as you hear it, and then elaborate why. And I'm going to do it too. So here the first one. Blue checks.
Money.
Okay. Why?
Because these niggas is paying for their blue checks. They're paying money for it, for a free service. You had Instagram for free since 2009.
Right.
And now you're paying $14.99.
Right.
And the check don't come with the work or the ethic.
The check don't come with the work.
Purely cosmetic. It's like a suit in Fortnite. That basically what niggas doing. They IG got on the super suit.
Dang. Okay. I like that. For me, validation, man. And I say that because if you feel like you got to validate yourself with a blue check, to me that just says a lot about where you are. As a person, that you feel like this is going to validate you. But it all ties into people being able to be whoever they want to be on social media. But y'all forget, a lot of us know y'all in real life. That's what you gotta keep in mind. All right, here's the next one. Smoke blowing in pics.
Say it again. People
blowing smoke in their pics, just waiting for the right moment. Hey, snap the pic when I'm blowing this smoke out.
Yeah, that's sus. I had a light-skinned homeboy who used to do stuff like that. Yeah. The darker shade you is, the more you get away from little stuff like that. Why am I blowing the smoke holes in the camera?
I just want to know why. Like, that's it for me, one word, why. Why are we doing that?
They was feeling themselves.
I mean, I get it, but there's other ways to feel yourself, versus, here's the other thing. If I'm the person taking the pic, first off, I'm not about to take another pic of a man. Men have asked me, I've been out places, hey, bro, you snap this pic? No, I'm not going to do that. But on top of that, if you are wanting me to wait until you are blowing smoke at the perfect moment, the perfect cloud, and niggas who stick their tongue out in the middle to make the smoke circle.
They be squinting their eyes a little bit too.
But you got right. Glad you said that. People who squint their eyes, you're blowing hookah smoke, bro. Are you high? Like, why are you squinting your eyes to look high? This is hookah smoke you're blowing.
Them style pictures had us in a headlock in like 2010.
Hey, they bringing them back.
Deep fried picture, and then you had the Squinting with the snapback.
They bring them. Last one. Male crop tops.
Nah, it's like 90s.
90s.
Nah is the word though.
Yeah. No. To me, fruitcake. Soon as I saw that coming up, like, man, they're doing so much now to further emasculate men, and men are just falling all into it. Crop tops, fishnet crop tops is a super no-no. Crop tops in general is a no-no. Like, picture a man out with a crop top on, and then his stomach is out, and his lady is covered up. Like, how do you even leave? Like, did y'all switch shirts, and how does she allow you to come out like that? Like, what the hell is people thinking with this new fashion, man? I don't understand it, you know. And hey, if you with the crop top wearing, stay away from me, please.
When I see them in public, my conscience turns to my granddaddy voice. I don't want to tell y'all what it be saying, but I be on their ass, but I be like, bro, wait.
Yo, what is you doing,
you
man?
You ever been out with your granddaddy and seen, like, some non-masculine shit and remember what they said? Like,
boy, I ain't even got to take it to my granddaddy, my daddy.
Facts.
Yo, like, you see some non-masculine shit.
They gonna speak their piece about it, even as a kid. Like, that shit be ingrained in you almost. Like, yeah, I ain't
right.
gonna do that.
Like, nah, we not going down this road. But hey, man, so good shit, the icebreakers. But we gonna get into this music thing, and this ain't gonna be one of those interviews. Let me explain something to y'all too. I hate the interviews that people just be like, "Hey, what do you think South Carolina's like?" And what do you do? These basic ass questions, man. Like, we got to get to the meat of the conversation and have a conversation that sparks maybe debate, but also is thought provoking. That's every time I put content together, I want something that's gonna make people think. So that's what we're going to get into today. So, first off, I know we did the intro, Juice LaRock.
Yeah.
Explain it.
Juice LaRock?
Yeah, how you get that name?
So, I went to Berea High. Okay. That's in Grenville County. I started getting called Juice because I got suspended for drinking juice in class. Dead ass. They started calling me Juice because of that. LaRock is kind of different. It's a little bit more personal. Like, in hip-hop, LaRock mean one. If you ever heard that short title, LaRock, in hip-hop, Scott LaRock, KRS-One's manager, first person to die for hip-hop. He got killed after a party. T. LaRock, when Def Jam first started, when Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons linked, the first artist they pushed through there was T. LaRock, It's Yours. That was the beginning of a whole new, like, stepping stone for hip-hop, so another one. Coke LaRock, first rapper in history. I like that title because I break a lot of generational barriers, not just for like me, but like my family, my friend group. Like, it's only fitting that I would have that one behind my name. And sometimes you feel me, Juice LaRock, Juice One, you feel me, WON, because I keep going.
I can respect that, man. Something I saw you, I think you put it up, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. You actually spoke at South Carolina State, right?
Yeah. I'm an alum of South Carolina State.
And that's what I wanted to get into. Like, this brother is not only, it's some people, because it happens to me, like they'll try to judge a book by the cover. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Look how he dressed, or tattoos or whatever. This is an educated brother.
Yeah.
What you major in?
Journalism.
Word.
You feel me? I'm published in newspapers, and I've worked in radio here in Greenville. I grew up listening to 98.1. That was an internship. They hired me before I ever graduated.
Word.
They knew me off the strength of my big brother Vyron when he owned Club Luna. I used to walk in with him for him to pay for his commercial, and I told him straight to their face, yo, I'm going to work here one day. I'm going to get here. When I went to school and they sent people up there to talk to us, I was in their face about it. When you say, like, conversations like this broaden the topic and somebody like me say stuff and it caused, like, a conversation, I think that's one of the reasons why. It's like, I'm not just some Joe off the street, bro. Like, I come to with the credentials. You should really be a little quiet when I'm talking to you because, you feel me? Because I done put in that work to do this. And if we start comparing work by work, you may get embarrassed.
So how was that experience at South Carolina State talking, and what was the subject matter?
I loved it. It was a survey and mass communications class, and they was having to talk about different mediums. You feel me? And the last medium they had, they went from the telegraph, the first printing press. You feel me? All the way to streaming. Mm-hmm. And that's when I came in and I told them a little bit about radio, like working in radio, production, and promotions. Mm-hmm. I got into being from South Carolina, but finding my way into situations where I'm rubbing shoulders with prominent people. And then I just let the communication students know that, you know, when I was there, they was either trying to push us to be in news or be in broadcasting. Mm-hmm. I let them know any corporation, their main focus is somebody who communicate. And that's what your degree is in. So don't let this flashy dreams fool you and make you think you got to go big on these. You can find you a really good manager job somewhere, which is what I wish somebody would have told me when I was first going. I thought I had to be on damn Fox News after I graduated. Right.
So that's a perfect segue into what I want to get into overall as we had this conversation about music. Because, man, we've been involved. Myself, Merv, we've been involved with the Carolina music scene for years. And so one of the things I want to know is what got you into A&R work?
Ooh. I met this real talented singer, this girl, Deja Logan from Spartanburg. And she kind of put me on to the fact that I knew damn near every rapper, not just here, but I was able to place people all through South Carolina just through my travels. Mm-hmm. She really got me onto the vibe of thinking about doing shows and stuff. You ever seen the New Edition story?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like the miniseries.
Yeah.
It's one scene where old boy that play Michael Bivins, he's sitting in the car and old boy tell him, how many broke rappers do you know? Mm-hmm. How many broke execs do you know? Right. I was watching this with her and that shit like really clicked in my head because at this point I had my degree. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I got out of college, I still got the post up. I was like, bro, I'm about to go hard on this music shit. I'm gonna be the best rapper out, you feel me? Not even thinking like I went to college to be the exact opposite of that. You feel me? Anytime I see too many people doing one thing, I just want to stop and look the complete opposite way and see why the fuck is everybody going this way. Mm-hmm. That was college for me. You feel me? I knew damn near every rapper who was rapping in Greenville, the Butters, the Speaks, D Glory, like these are all like now they seem like almost myths. Like that's how lit they is. They persona, people who don't know them know their music. You feel me? In Greenville, we still talking local. I knew all of them, and this was before even all of that. They all had a wave already. I thought just journalism damn near hood. You feel me? Rap is damn near hood journalism. So that was like the main thing that sparked me to just like look the other way and like maybe explore my options more.
So I'm glad you touched on that because that's what I was going. And I thought I saw that somewhere that you was an artist first. Yeah. So a lot of times people don't know in art, and you're young. Yeah. People don't know in this art. Okay, maybe this ain't your lane, but you could still be affiliated.
Facts. You can still be in your passion. You don't. Everybody don't gotta be the nigga in the front, bro. Mm-hmm. Like the niggas right beside the nigga in the front. Look at any old Martin Luther King picture where they holding hands and shit. He in the front maybe. He be a little bit elevated, but the niggas beside him, they was all famous as well, like in their own right.
Niggas, how was that transition though, from an artist?
It was easy because it was 1 million people in this lane, and it was like 2 in this lane. It was easier. And them niggas who in this lane was already expecting this of me. Just cause like I said, I went off to school, but like mad people and mad artists, not just in the upstate, but in South Carolina, we've been on the wave lately. And they all interconnected. And by going to school, I was able to be around people from camps of damn near all of these people. Like at state, it's people from the 843, the 803. It's no breakdown. I'm playing D Glory in the party, and niggas in Charleston is like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but turn this shit up. That's how you build like that damn connect.
Right. So just I'm gonna just say this from my aspect of the music scene, man, and it's crazy because we have a label, but I got burnt out on this shit. Like, man, I don't give. People hit me up like, bro, check out my music, and I tell them out the gate, like, bro, this is no disrespect. I don't give a fuck about your music. Like, I don't care about music. I'm on to something else because I feel like the art of music has become so watered down.
Yeah, it's facts.
And the art of, and the whole business aspect of music in South Carolina has just been recycled and a new face put on it. But it's the same shit niggas was doing 10 years ago.
Why do you think you see on Facebook, niggas do not like me? Because
Right.
I'm not affiliated with none of them. All my motion is all the way over here. And it's either like they looking over here jealous or we don't work something out.
Yeah.
Niggas in South Carolina are very wary of opportunity. I'll tell an artist, I got Miss Deb coming to my show in Spartanburg. This is Flocka's mama. This is the lady who managed Gucci and made him go do So Icy with Jeezy. She said he didn't even want to do it.
Right.
This is the lady who discovered Nicki. I'll tell her I got her in Spartanburg on a Saturday and to perform in front of her to possibly get offered a distribution deal, anything like that, is $100. They would look at me like I'm crazy just because they so used to getting gypped out here.
I was about to say, you can understand that though, right?
They so used to getting played that you can't recognize the opportunity. Like, I mean, I done been hurt before too, my boy. Like, that don't mean if I see a good thing, I'm not going to grab that motherfucker regardless of how many times I done got hurt. You're not going to get nothing if you don't try.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, just playing devil's advocate, right? So, years ago, we would go out to the open mic nights, and I started seeing the play. Like, oh, okay.
Explain the play to me.
So the play would be this. All right, come out here. If you bring 5 people with you, you get in free. If you don't, it's like 15, 20. I think something like that. So then it would be, all right, we gonna have the crowd judge who win. And so I started looking like, all right, who came with who? And because I wasn't really big into social media. But then I got plugged into social media and started seeing the people who throwing this shit with the people who was winning. So they already had the damn dice already tricked out. Like,
and winning wise, what they get for winning?
$100, $200, but what they was doing, it wasn't coming out their pocket. People was paying to give the money to the artist.
Paying to perform, and then the
Paying
artist
to
win the money.
perform, then they get a art, and then the artist who was winning the money
Was they artist.
Was they artist and shit. So I'm like, hold on. So, and shout out to Sheen Magazine. I gave him shout out Trey. I gave Trey a salute, man. We had went to an event he had at the Cigar Lounge, and I was telling him, I was like, bro, this shit here you doing that shit the right way.
Thanks.
He ain't asked for no money to come out and do nothing, and it was a professional shit, and that's what I be looking at. Like, if someone is so talented, why do they have to pay you money to come out and put their talent on display? That be what a lot of people be wary of, and I've seen it. Like, that's why, but the more you do it and they see what kind of person you are, then I think they'll loosen up some, but and you go see that around here.
And that's why I use the word wary, because if you look at big cities like Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, fucking Houston, if they're music cities, it's structure. You have the fucking bare level talent shows that you go to. Then you got the much nicer clubs that you might go to. Then you got the bigger venues that if you really like that, it's really circuits for that. And back in the day, in the 60s and 70s, they called it the Chitlin Circuit.
Right.
James Brown, who from South Carolina, he would go to different places in the upstate, all through South Carolina, Georgia, and he would perform. It would be black-only events. It wouldn't be real venues. That's what I look at my show as. I charge people $100. I get probably 25 artists to pull up, you feel me? I charge vendors $50 if they do pay to vend one time. Any of my other events, they are good to come. They are free. That's in Atlanta, wherever I go. These artists pay me $100 each. It'd be like 25 of them. I might have 2-3 vendors. That's $2,700. Follow with me now. me and my team at B100 Radio, we are a radio organization owned by Waka Flocka and Miss Deb. The main headquarters in Atlanta, we are the South Carolina branch. They still give us they give us mad love. Miss Deb niece, Butterwoe, and they personal DJ, DJ Bubbles, who is like super fire. They all come to my shows. Sometimes Miss Deb will come. Not only that, my judges don't be the crowd. I will go get prominent people in South Carolina music who I know. For instance, my last one I had Dejan T, who she do her own circuit in the 803. She got a big circuit going out like Orangeburg, Bamberg, them. You feel me? Them towns people over here ain't never been to. They know nothing of these people, and it's your same state. You can't say you run shit anywhere if people in your same state don't even know you. I had Tay Simone, who she works radio, Z93 in Charleston. I almost had another person, but forget that. Anyway, I say that to say I only get judges who are from other places and who have the power to do something. If you don't even win my show, at least you're on the record or on this person's radar. They don't know you, they not from here, but you was tough. Oh, I also got Carisha the Diva from Atlanta. She hosted it. They come and do my show. I give the winner a band. Bro, I don't pocket no money from none of my shows. That go to paying the DJ. I bring Bubbles and Butterwoe here, and I pay for their hotel. That go to that. I buy out the venue. You feel me? Like, I don't want y'all money. Y'all just heard me say I'm educated. I make enough money doing what the fuck I do on my own. This is my passion. You feel me? So it make me so mad on Facebook. And I know you see it when I be like, bro, like, I'm providing opportunity and y'all making it a popularity contest instead of actually trying to do something with this. Because the people I'm bringing here, I promise you, bro, they have better things to do than to be in South Carolina on a Saturday. Like, I've been to Atlanta with them. I went to Atlanta with Miss Deb. She was throwing a show at King of Diamonds with Glorilla. We had a VIP. We was right here. Glorilla was literally in front of us performing to Miss Deb. We the only people with her. It's her show. I promise you, I do not need your money, and I promise you, they have better things to be doing on a Saturday. They coming out here because they trying to see something. Folks don't know Deb and Flocka family is from South Carolina. They are invested in this scene, and I got people who could make a difference. They're not coming because they're too cool for it.
So, do you see the narrative, like you say, people being weird, do you see the narrative changing, or do you see it
For sure.
Okay.
I had people drive 4 hours from Hilton Head from my show. It may not change here first, but it's definitely changing in South Carolina, especially the Miss Deb appearances is killer. Like, she be dropping gems. In Charleston, we had her come. In Augusta and in Charlotte, we had her come. Anytime we do shows out there now, even if she not coming, like, they done heard it B100, so they pop out.
So let me ask you this, your thoughts. So when people say South Carolina and they talk about the artists that have, I wouldn't say kind of, I would say made it to some degree, like Black Zach, Rennie. Why do you feel like they don't come back and throw this?
I mean, well, Rennie
Rucci
be in South Carolina. I guess they're doing their own thing. I guess that's a job for an A&R. I ain't seen no nigga saying they A&R yet.
Or do you think they feel like, man,
I mean,
there's talent there, but it ain't.
They be here and doing features here. And it's not like they don't be.
But it's a difference in features versus I'm getting a venue, I'm putting all this talent on display, I'm shining the light on South Carolina.
I don't know if that specifically is their job, especially when we coming from a place where it's rare somebody make it out. That's a big task to be like, I'm about to put all this shit on my back. I barely just got on. The people you named, it ain't like they...
Like big. I mean, I get what you're saying.
No offense, but it ain't like you ain't just named Jay-Z or nothing, bro.
For sure. Yeah.
That's a big task to be like, I just made it.
Yeah.
Let me throw the whole... That shit might take 5, 7, 6, 7 years.
See, I ain't from here, but...
You peeped it, though.
Yeah, and one thing that people tell me as well is like, hey, man, Greenville is a whitewashed town. What you think about that? You think the upstate in Greenville... Here's what I hear. Greenville's a whitewashed town. Spartanburg only go fuck with Spartanburg.
That's cap, because I do my shows out of Spartanburg.
Word.
That's where the whole setup is at. It's in Spartanburg. They the ones show me... I ain't going to say more love than Greenville, but in Spartanburg, it's a lot of money out there, bro. Like, it's a lot of money in Greenville, too. I'm not going to cap. But in Spartanburg, I see more of motherfuckers trying to come together and build some shit. go to establishments out there, you'll see that even the upkeep be like a little bit. I don't know. We are very like entitled out here in Greenville.
But that's what I'm saying. Are they leaving Spartanburg to come fuck with niggas in the Ville? Or are they leaving Spartanburg to go fuck with niggas in Anderson?
Yes, I would say. I would say there is.
Word. Okay.
I done seen little connections be built, bro. Like 3D in front of my eyes the past couple months. I've seen motherfuckers who ordinarily I would not see them together. And some of that shit is off the strength of shit I done done. Like, no cap. Like, they'll be at one of my events or with me, and I'm seeing motherfuckers link who normally they never would have crossed paths.
Because you talked about you was in, I think you said King of Diamonds?
Yeah, King of Diamonds.
And we know like Magic City down there, and we know we ain't as big as the A, but Greenville fast growing. Think we'll ever have a venue that's a hip hop venue that it's like, okay, yeah, we going here, this way we go.
I think I'm biased because I really love Greenville. Like Greenville is directly between Charlotte and Atlanta.
That's the hub. Yeah.
I keep saying, I was saying this shit in college. I got a lot of my friends from school who was from the Met. They was from Charleston. I got them to move up here because Greenville really on the rise, bro. And we see the shit before our eyes every day. We see shit being thrown up. Whole neighborhoods look completely different than you ever been there. And if you really been out here for a while, you peep that shit. That's one of the reasons why I try and go a little bit harder because I got to make a name of myself before this shit change completely. You feel me?
I want to play this video. We ain't gonna play the whole video. We just go play different snippets of it. I want to get your feedback on it. This is a video I was looking at, man. Shit dropped over a year ago, but this is my girl run out. Well, my lady, I get away from that girl shit. She run out record label. She do a good job at it. I look at it like, okay, yeah, you could do that. For me, it's like, man, this shit is saturated. I love our artists that we have, but it be so hard for me to get in tune with this shit because I'm like, yo, if people really look at the music industry and that carrot is dangled in front of you, oh, you got to get a deal. Nigga, that shit is a scam. That's how I look at it. I'm going to play a snippet of this video. Tell me what you think.
As a musician, nothing says you made it quite like a record deal.
What do you say, fellas? You want to go make a record?
Record label deals were the holy grail for musicians. It was the key to their fame and fortune. But over the decades, record deals have turned into something sinister. On the surface, all the public sees is the money, the fame, the cars, the jewelry. But on the inside, the industry is something completely different. Sophisticated contracts are designed to suck all the money out of an artist, while they slave away as debt slaves to the label. And for good reason. If you want to screw people over, you're gonna want to pick the most naive, unsophisticated victims that can't fight back. And let's face it, most artists dedicate their lives to the pursuit of music, which means they're probably poor.
You got a 6'4"?
I don't have a car.
And probably not very educated. And on top of that, they have that idealistic drive to spread their art, impact their fans, get rich and famous to prove all their haters wrong, which means while you're screwing them over, they're gonna work harder than ever for you. And the best part, thanks to the celebrity culture in America, there is an endless supply of them.
But no more if you let me inside your world.
So let's learn the art of enslaving artists.
Damn, me.
So I'm gonna pause that right there. I heard you say, yeah, that's racist.
They basically saying niggas is highly susceptible.
They was showing black and white folk though.
Yeah, but when they said poor, they had the nigga face up. It's subliminal.
Yeah. Trailer park people too. Yeah.
All of them disenfranchised people.
So what do you think about what's the motivation for anybody to, because me watching this video, man, and me watching the industry, there has been a very small amount of people who have dominated hip hop over the last 20 years. Yeah. Think about it.
You gotta think of how old hip hop ain't nothing but 40 something.
Right, but it's from the time streaming came in, it even got smaller. The people who dominate: Drake, NBA YoungBoy, Kendrick, J. Cole, Jay-Z. It's a small sample size, but people are sold a dream. Even if they show, it's in the culture now. You got American Idol, America's Got Talent. Everything is position to dangle that carrot in front of you, get you a deal, you the next star, we go give you this little bit of money, or they may even say, okay, we gonna give you $500,000 up front. But artists don't understand what come with that. And to their point, yeah, it sounded brash, but that's true. Think about somebody who is in a situation, maybe they're on their mama's couch, maybe they out on their own, they don't even have a couch, they struggling themselves, and somebody come and say, I'm going to give you this $500,000. They hop on it. First thing they go do, buy a chain, I got to put it in their face. But they don't understand, you got to pay that money back, bro. And if you can't pay that money back, if your project don't do the amount of money that they done gave you up front, now you in the hole, they just go put you on the shelf.
You right, and I definitely get that. Like, some people is not cut out for this, bro. This is a passion thing, bro. Like, if this is not your passion, you're not gonna do good in it. The way society and the media work, like, niggas out here trying to be like rappers and gangsters, and your passion is taking care of small animals. You really should have been a veterinarian, but you feel me, so many different things peer pressured you in believing this is your lane. You really don't belong here. You really are a great baker. You could have a job making bread, like literally making bread, but you never explored that option because you thought this was meant for you. It's a lot of artists that fall into pitfalls like that. Like, they do this for the wrong reasons, and anything can pop once. Anything can pop twice. Until it fizzle out, and then you ass out. And that happened to people. But then it's other people who, like, this is literally their passion, bro. Like, from the time they knew they could choose what they wanted to do, they said, this is what I'm going to do somehow. Them the ones that deserve this slot. So, South Carolina in general, like, I hate the way shit is out here, but I'll never stop looking. It's somebody somewhere out here. I done met some talented people from out here who they got it in them. This is what they want to do. When I get in front of these labels in May, these the people I'm not charging them for this. These the people I believe in. I'm damn near thinking about it. I'm capped. They gonna have to pay me $100 for their EPKs. I was thinking about doing it myself, but come on now. You want me to go to the label with your shit, bro? Give me $100 for your EPK. I'll make you a professional. But I'm bringing them to these labels because I truly believe. I done got to know these people. I done been around them. I done heard their music and their stories and compared them and said, damn, this shit is tough. This is what they meant to do. I'm going to get them where they going. Or I'm going to do what the fuck I can, which turned out to be a little bit more than most.
So, here's the thing. You right. Passion. I can tell you, man, I never lose my passion for music. But I don't have a passion for the industry.
Thanks.
And here's the thing. I was talking to one of my homeboys. He was like, yo, he had to go speak at a school. It was a middle school. And he said it was in an urban area. So he just asked, like, how many of y'all in here do music?
A bunch of them, probably.
Everybody raised their hand except like 5 or 6 people.
And the internet got music so easily accessible. You know, if you study music, back in the day, it's like you actually had look at the old documentaries of these groups and see what the fuck they had to go through before they ever even recorded.
Right.
You couldn't just wake up in the morning and turn on your fucking MacBook
and record,
exit out of Pornhub, pull up Pro Tools, and make a song, bro. You couldn't do that.
You could do that.
Nowadays, but I think also that's a good and a bad thing because if you really like that, you stand out. It's so much slaw out here that if you really like that, your shit don't sound nothing like that. It's 15 niggas that sound like that. And they dressed alike. And then you out here looking like you and sounding like you. And it make it easier for me to be able to listen to something for damn near 30, 40 minutes. Nah, he ain't got it yet. Versus, oh, this shit right here, go. I wonder what else he can do.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So when you see how saturated it is, like what, and I know you say you're passionate about it, but outside of just being passionate about it, what motivates you? Like, man, I'm going. Like, I gotta push this. I believe in this. I gotta put South Carolina on.
You talking about an artist? I don't want you to think that I done put that bag on my back of carrying South Carolina. I love South Carolina now, but you know they say the streets don't love you. Like, you feel me?
For sure.
I'm gonna do everything I can, but I'm gonna do everything I can while I can. But you feel me? I already know my time here is like I could do so much more somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm putting all my energy into this, and the shit is working for me. And I hope motherfuckers, instead of hating or moving sideways, we all need to be taking a couple steps forward, because I'm not going to be here for much longer.
Right. Okay. So when we look at how music has evolved, because you brought up something, you said, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like you said, the days now, you could just wake up, hit your MacBook on, open up your Pro Tools or whatever. Do you think the days of brick and mortar studios are kind of fading away?
I have a personal favorite brick and mortar studio, Jetlag Studios in Spartanburg.
Mm-hmm.
Top Flight Rento, he my boy. Mm-hmm. When I go to Jetlag, I don't got to be going there to record. It's clothes, like they selling clothes out there. It's like producers sometimes chill out in there, so it's a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the cool things about studios back in the day. Like, yeah, of course, you feel me? Tupac gets shot coming out of the studio, you feel me? Motherfuckers up there, shit can happen. But also, this is a hub to where we all kind of, it's mad niggas from different places or from the same place, but all walking in passion, they all making music. This is where we create it. Yeah, it might be one of the things that's wrong with music today is the fact that, you know, we live in a culture that don't got shame no more. So if you was whack back in the day and you had to go to the studio to record, most likely somebody's gonna let you know, like, hey,
yeah, that ain't
cut this shit out, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Nowadays, when people doing this shit on their own, and then you can't shame nobody no more either. Like, that's what kind of got hip hop running away, kind of. But like I say, it's standouts. You hear people who you hear them if you give them a chance. And sometimes I catch myself not giving people a chance. That's something I got to work on my own. But like when you really sit down and listen to some of these new people, bro, like shit is not as far off as we think. And the only way we're going to get it back on track is by actively working, bro. Like we can't just be like, this shit not the same. Oh, well. This shit worth saving, bro. Like, it's worth looking for somebody to put South Carolina on, because I'm from here. And it ain't no reason why somebody from where I'm from, I done heard these niggas, they just as good as them niggas. Swear to God, some of them.
For me, when I look at it, and shout out Speak Life Studio, man. I did a lot of music out of there. I was having this conversation one time with Jordan while I was there, and I was asking him about, like, yo, have you seen a demise in people who come in here and record? Because, like, everybody I know, they started, I'm going to learn this shit, recording at home. And he was like, honestly, he said, man, the people who come here and record, he was like, I got a lot of dope people who come and record. He said, but newer people, they don't even want the breaths taken out of their songs. So the engineering aspect is pretty much, because even if you can hear the shit in the club, I don't go to the club like that, but you can hear the shit in some places that you go, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, but everybody just nodding their head to it. So the engineering side of it has kind of fallen off for certain people. And it's like, yeah, I could just plug my Mac up. I'm at the crib, or maybe not even a Mac, but I'm at the crib. I just turn my shit on. And like you said, if they know in their mind that they whack, or even if they know in their mind they talented, that cuts their overhead down so much. Why do I have to spend gas, money? I got to go here, record my shit. Then I got to pay them to mix and master my shit. When a nigga who ain't paid for his shit to be mastered or mixed, his shit getting spent on rotation. You can hear the flaws in that shit. But the people's ears are not tuned the way it should be, so they don't give a fuck. They just want to shake their ass. They hear the beat. Niggas want to damn nod their head. What's the point?
Well, for some people don't work for everybody. Like, you got to find your lane in this shit, but everybody lane different. It's a lane for everything, though. But everybody lane different. And to an artist who thinking like that, I would tell them, bro, you don't have time to think about that right now. You need to be thinking about what your lane is. If that worked for them, that's fine and dandy, but you have to keep going. Whatever the fuck they doing has nothing, like, you feel me? That's not going to push you forward. And I know artists like that. Like, there's a lot of artists in Greenville that sound like they're from Atlanta. We close to Atlanta.
Another good segue, plugins, effects.
Yeah.
Do you think that's taken away from the art?
I mean, like you say, bro, they doing this stuff. The climate is so different now, bro. The producers not making these beats outright by themselves. They downloading a pack of melodies from the internet, slowing them up and chopping them up, and then adding the beats. That adds 3 different names to who made the beat. You feel me? The artists, they not going to the studio. They doing their shit on their own. They buying a pack of Quavo effects. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they adding them to their shit. And the real is going to stand out. And you hear the difference. And that shit might sound good once. It might sound good twice. But it's certain shit that I knew for sure. Like, it was hot when it came out. But, like, are you listening to Crank That Yank right now?
No.
That shit was hot when it...
I wasn't listening to Crank That Yank when Crank That Yank was cranking.
When it came out, I did the Superman, Batman, and then the Yank. And then Crank That Roy.
Yeah.
But that shit was very hot when it first came out. I probably listened to it like twice a day. Everybody was doing shit at the bus stop. Nowadays, I barely listen to that song.
DJs. The DJs still essential to breaking the artist.
The DJs I work with, yeah. They breaking these artists. The DJs who do my show, like Bubbles, Tracks on Deck, Swan, I love watching them drop these local artists in the club. And they do it in primetime nights. And they be artists who don't win my show, who the crowd don't even know. But they fucking with it. And they do this shit. Besides that, this is a segue. After you win my show and we give you this bread or whatever, the next show I have in any city, I'm bringing you there. You don't have to pay this time. You already won. You are one of my winners. I'm just introducing you to another market. We do this for artists who, they won in Charlotte, we take them with us to Augusta. They won in Augusta, we take them with us to Columbia. They won in Columbia, we take them back with us to Atlanta. Every artist who win my show, we take them to Atlanta and we do an interview with them at Miss Deb's studio. That's like in my prize package. So you pay $100. If you win, you get a band. You get an interview with Miss Deb. You get an interview with us at Midtown in Spartanburg. That's probably the most lit club in the upstate right now. If you ever been to Midtown on a Sunday, dead ass. You get an interview there. We give you a distribution deal. So we come up with the marketing behind one of your, for first place, we do an album. So we just dropped Yola Finesse album on a top shelf label marketing. We get them a distribution deal, and then we do the blog post for them. And then second place, just get a single distribution deal. They don't get no bread, but we interview them at Midtown as well. So if you do my shows, that $100 gets you so far. Like, if I knew I was like that, that shit would seem like a lick to me. I'd be like, shit, I'm about to make $1,000 tomorrow night because I might come out here and do what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But
for me, man, the DJs and shout out, you know, if you know, you say the DJs that you're working with, they do a good
Tracks
job.
on Deck.
I don't think the DJs are necessarily what artists need to do, and here's why. I think it should be a mutual relationship.
Yeah.
But the importance that people have put on, you gotta have the DJ gotta do this.
You gotta have a relationship with them, bro. That's the relationship to the people, even the ones that you can't reach.
I don't agree. We got the internet.
Booked 4 or 5 times a night at different venues. With
at the same club, though.
No, bro. The DJs I just named, Bubbles, Swan, Tracks, they might be at this club every Monday, but they're at a different club on Tuesdays, a different club
in
Thursday,
a different
Friday,
city?
Saturday. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Swan got Grief on Lock. I know he be out as well. Tracks be in Charlotte. Bubbles be in Atlanta and in Memphis. So I'm positive they be dropping these artists' music when they be out. Like, why wouldn't they? The shit is tough.
Yeah. What? Let me ask you this then. What DJs you know that's done broke a record?
But like
from anybody in South Carolina.
Breaking records is not the same as it was back then. Like, I can't just play this shit.
But that proved my point. You don't need the DJ.
The DJs back then, like when you call somebody a DJ, like they may have had radio pull. Like these dudes nowadays, most of these clubs, it ain't just one club in the town no more owned by this person.
Right.
You the DJ there. This the hot club. Anybody could go buy a lounge, apply for a liquor license, and get an LLC. And hey, you come DJ here every night. I give you $150. That don't mean they got the strength or the know-how to break a record. Like to really break a record, I done seen a record get broke. I seen D Glory the Block be broke. And he was locked up. But Nuke them was in the club. Hey, play my homeboy shit. I got $30 right here. Look how they turned up when they play it. This is a video from the other night. Look how lit they is when we play it. Sometimes I just seen the DJ. I done probably seen 4 or 5 DJs they come up to in La Roca and Luna and they play the shit. the whole club fuck with. They might not even know who D Glory was before that, but after that, they like, who the fuck is this?
But see, you just said something that was pivotal. Here, $30.
It take, bro. One of the first lessons my big brother Byron taught me, I was 15. You have to pay to play. Like, it's nothing in this world that's gonna come free to you, bro. Like,
I don't agree with it, and I'm gonna tell you why.
if it's free, I don't want it. Even if I'm talented, if it's free, I don't want it.
Bro,
I'm smart, but I still paid money to get in school. Like, I still gave them boys money because I knew they had something that I don't have, and just because I deserve it don't mean it's just going to be given to me, bro. Like, sometimes it's mediums you have to go through to get what you want.
I ain't said deserving that you go just give it to you. What I'm saying is this.
Just because I'm hyped, play my record.
No,
But
not only that. I ain't gonna pay no DJ, period. Here's the reason why, because we got the internet. And I could pay a promotional deal and hit way more people and get way more engagement than me going up paying $30 to a DJ or $50 or buying him a drink for him to spin it for a couple of minutes through the first verse and the hook, and the crowd leave and they have no idea what the fuck going on.
I mean, like, in that aspect, I would say make sure, like, it's not even a relationship with the DJ, but, like, if you're, like I said, bro, I've seen them do this with D Glory, bro. Like, niggas didn't know that song, but the song was hot enough to where afterwards they wanted to know it. And yeah, he may have gave this DJ 30, this DJ 20. I bet you the second, third time he didn't have to pay them no more. That was it. It was a one-time thing. That's the same way I come at these shows, bro. It's artists who, they so popping, I want to get him a free slot, but I'm not going to give you a free slot. Show me that you're willing to invest in yourself. That way I can show you what I can do for you. You feel me? Because, bro, it's artists who ain't won my show not one time. This is dude, Science Kid. He done did 3 of my shows. He ain't won not one time. He ended up winning an interview in Atlanta just because of how lit he was. He kept going. He paid $100 each time to do my show and didn't win not once. Still end up getting the interview over other niggas. Free of charge. You feel me? Sometimes it's not even about the money. I know you got $30 on you, but I know you got $100 on you. You spend that on weed. You spend that on drinks. Show me you willing to work, because you have no idea what the nigga who is asking for that money can do for you, bro. And to the niggas who I come at about my show and I be like, do this, they acting funny on it. It's just like, bro, when I get in front of these big people faces, what you think I'm gonna tell them about you? Probably nothing, because you ain't told me nothing about you except that you feel me?
Right, that you that deal. I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like, to each his own. I'm not gonna hold it against nobody however they feel about it.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel. Like, you know, even the artists that we have, they'll tell you they ain't never came out their pocket with nothing, because I believe in your talent.
Facts.
Your talent. I'm not go, and I've always been passionate. I spoke at a symposium, a music symposium I was at. And boy, that shit was like nails on the chalkboard when I said that shit. It was a room full of DJs. I'm like, nah, I don't think the DJ is needed anymore to break. We got the internet.
Facts.
Like, and I know we mentioned D Glory. D Glory is talented. I will say this though. I'm from a small town called Newberry, South Carolina. Right?
Yeah, I've been out there.
Yeah. My niggas up there had no idea who D Glory is.
Same. My boy Stacks ain't know who that was. I played the nigga at State.
But if the DJs here have that reach, why don't they know? They got a record pool.
Yes and no. It's the age of the internet, so there's many different record pools nowadays. It's not like everybody is in this one record pool.
Yeah.
Also, maybe they is in the record pool, but the DJ ain't. Like I say, bro, I didn't say this, but dead ass, bro. Nowadays, there's a lot of people saying they do stuff and saying they do this and that, and when you really get down to the nitty gritty, they have no certifications. They're just a nigga with a smartphone, bro.
Yeah,
you're a nigga with a smartphone
and gave himself a title.
And you're so opinionated, but really you are very insignificant. If this was before the internet, nobody would give a fuck what you had to say. They wouldn't even see it. They wouldn't even know it. You feel me? So it's a lot of people that give information and advice, and they try to sway public opinion about something, who really, like, their opinion is not to be held credible or to put any thought to, really, bro. So it's certain stuff I have to see for myself. I have to work with this DJ for myself and see that he break records for me to really fuck with him. And for me to be like, this is somebody who I know, if I play somebody around him hot and they connect like that, he gonna drop this shit. He gonna drop this shit mixed to a slow song during Slow It Down Sunday. I done seen Swan do that shit. He done took an artist's song and mixed it with a damn Mary J. Blige beat in the crowd fucking with it. That's breaking a record to me.
Okay. All right. So, what you think about these stand beside me deals?
What you mean by that?
So, I'm gonna give you $50,000 in a chain. Come stand beside me. Use my name. Do what you can do with it.
Man, I think that sound kind of scared me at first, but then also it sounded like opportunity. I'm gonna give you this. I'm not gonna give you too much. I'm gonna see what the fuck you do. If I could do a stand by me deal, I'd do that. If I had $50K in a fucking chain, let me see what the fuck you do. But you only got one time to fuck up with me, and that's it. Cause I know where the fuck I'm going. I really can't stand for somebody to have opportunity and to fumble it. Cause I remember at the point I had no opportunity, bro. Like before radio or A&R or college, any of that. At a point I had no opportunity. I had to. This shit was not given to me. You feel me? I had to work for every bit of this. When people tell me I come across as cocky, I be like, bro, like, you have no idea what the fuck I went through to get here. Like, it's crazy how people take certain stuff for advantage, or they feel entitled to whatever they got. It's people out here that are, you think you're so talented. It's people out here that's working 10 times harder than you every day, and they don't have it as easy as you do.
I could respect that, because that's what I tell people. Sometimes people like, man, you standoffish, y'all don't want to work with nobody. No, bro. We built this shit from the ground.
Facts.
Out of our pocket.
Ain't
nobody give us shit.
Facts.
Right? So it's like, no, I'm not if I'm not seeing you really doing something and why would I put my resources with what you got when you ain't put no work in?
Facts. That's what I look for, is the work.
Yeah.
I work too much, bro. Like, I'm working really hard right now because when I get old, I'm chilling.
Word.
Like, I'm not going to be one of these old motherfuckers beside you at the plant job. That shit is not me, bro. It's not in me. I know y'all don't work them plant jobs. There's motherfuckers beside y'all that damn 55. You know? Leroy, you out there smoking with him. That shit not cool to me, bro. When I get that age, I'm going to be put up somewhere, bro. Like, I'm going to be really good, really set, because I'm putting in that work right now. And
man, shout out to Leroy, the line leader.
I mean, I fuck with him now. He cool for the moment, but I know when I got off from that job, I never heard of this nigga again.
Yeah. So, I got to get your opinion on two things before we get out of here. And I saw you kind of talking about it online. The versus battles.
Oh, man.
Hey.
I spoke on this before. Greenville was having, when Versus came out during the pandemic, they was having club nights, and they was playing the artist songs and calling it a versus. I was like, y'all having a versus without the artist? All right. I would rather you just say, come to my club. Just that in the post. I might be like, oh, where's it at? Or something like that.
Now, I haven't been to any, but I have seen little snippets. I will say the last one I saw, I forgot it was Tripper and who. That shit look live now. I don't know who he went against.
I love Tripper. He is fire. First time I ever heard Scully was in Lockett. I remember how before D Glory the Block had the clubs in the chokehold, it was Lockett.
Word.
And Tripper would come through really rapping. He tough. They from Anderson. I could connect with him mad times. He did my show when we brought DJ Chuck T. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Chuck T. We brought him to West Greenville off Perry. Tripper did my show then. I hate it for them that the people that they look up to in music, because like bro told you at the beginning of this interview, real motherfuckers don't like me, bro. I'm very blunt. I don't know if y'all caught on this interview, but I say what's on my mind. A lot of people don't like me, and it's conflicting because I'm working a social career. But also, like, motherfuckers hate how blunt I am. So some of them people don't come near me. It's sad that a bunch of the people those artists that you name, who they looking up to guide them in the music industry, they on that side of, I'm too blunt for them. So they not fucking with what I got going on. To the point where, you seen that post, they had a network and chill event right before these verses.
I saw that.
They
sent me the flyer to come out there.
Facts. They didn't send it to me, bro. They had 50 names on the flyer talking about network and chill. This is what we doing. 50 names on that bitch. They had the host, the B100 host, the B100 DJ, you feel me? But they didn't have my team, the full B100, and they didn't have me as Carolina A&R. And I made a post about it. I was like, I hit up every one of y'all motherfuckers who can make a change to come to my events because I'm bringing opportunity. I'm young, I'm hungry. Y'all put 50 names on that flyer and not me, you raggedy motherfuckers. They got so mad, bro. They got...
Bro, I think you just uncovered and said, wow, you're young and hungry. A lot of niggas don't know when to get out the way.
Facts. Move.
Yeah, they don't know when to get out the way.
And they done got so comfortable making their money by circulating these motherfuckers through and not sending them up, because they're sending money away to send somebody up. But to circle them through these 4 or 5 places and these 4 or 5 things, hey, hit up somebody to do your marketing, you feel me? Doing that, keep the money in their pockets. It don't pay nobody to send nobody up, but whoever send them up and them exactly. So when I come out here providing opportunities, I definitely understand why them folks is wary. But like I said, I'm younger than boys, so I'm probably going to be out here for longer anyway. So
what would a successful or a good versus look like for you? How would that look?
Man, I don't know, bro. Anytime people tell me congratulations, I say that's cool, but the job not done. I'm not a fan of these verses. I'm not a fan of these award shows because it's like you're congratulating people on shit, and then you walk outside and you stand in the middle of a fucking creek, bro. You're king of the creek. It's nothing out here. It's nothing built out here. It's the job not done. So there's no point in like celebrating or making it seem like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Every one of us could be working like 50% harder than what we're doing right now.
Sure. All right. Award shows, man. We got one coming up, the Upstate Music Awards. What's your take on the award shows?
Yeah, I don't like the awards. I don't really too much fool with them boys. And the feelings seem to be mutual. Like, I know them boys. I know some of the people on the board, like Wes. This dude, Wes Gilliam, he is owner of Radio Room, if you ever heard of that. Camden, I used to work for him for his Rom Academy organization. I know he's on that list as well. I don't want no awards. Y'all don't got to nominate me. My work ethic is going to speak for yourself. You feel me? Folks is going to give each other awards, and they all going to be standing in agreement with their awards, and I'm going to be over here doing this, and folks going to be able to look and see that.
Yeah, we was having that conversation offline before you came in, like, where's this award getting you? And that be my thing. I salute the people who putting it together because it's a lot of work to do that.
It's cool.
But first off, how we determine who's nominated?
I guess
who's
there's a
doing
room full of people.
Who's doing the voting?
People.
Like, how do we come up with the categories? Like, there's awards and people are getting awards for being Lash Text, Pastor of the Year.
Yeah, I'm just like,
how are we coming to these conclusions?
Bro, I look around, I'm like, it's so much work to do out here, and y'all worried about who getting an award. Fuck all that.
Yeah. So, man, hey, before we get out of here, man, tell the people anything that you want them to know. I can tell you're a well-traveled brother. You're well-educated. You're hungry. You're passionate. All good things that is going to lead you to success. And I wish you nothing but success. But
appreciate it.
Tell everybody what you want them to know, what you got going.
Man, y'all boy, keep going. That's the best advice I give. Keep going. If I ever would have stopped on anything, it would have been the end of me. I ain't never stopped. That's the key and the secret. To keep going. Find your lane and run. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Word, for sure, man. Tell them where to follow you at.
Oh, at Juice LaRock, all social media. Your favorite A&R from the Carolinas. Tap in with me, man. We got shit on. We on the road.
Yeah.
Pull up the Midtown.
Yeah, I was about to say, shout your team out.
Yeah, B100, big B100. Shout out Bit Plug. Shout out CEO Pig. Shimmy Will, XYZ, DJ Swan, the whole camp. Y'all know what the fuck going on.
Word, shout out them, man. Hey, it's Truth, man. We live from the Gym Complex. It's the I Say Podcast Network, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, rate, review if you're on that Apple. Also, make sure you go to that YouTube, turn your notifications on, subscribe to the channel. You got to come here for the content that we give out. You got to come. We ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. We going to make sure we promote thought, and we going to make sure that we give you that real, man. Until next time, it's true.
Come and sit down, you gotta stand on it. If it's for certain, let's have around, you gotta stand on it. Open the curtain, it's going down, you gotta stand on it. Cause I put my stamp on it, so you gotta stand. You gotta stand on it. You gotta stand on it.
Thank you.
You gotta stand on it. You gotta stand on it. You gotta stand.